Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I finally managed to get a new computer set up. I got the dual monitor thing going and I'm really liking it so far. It's nice to finally be able to kind of monitor my recording on one screen and then watch or read, I should say, the series on the other. I guess quick channel update stuff for today before I get into the chapter proper. I'll do a proper one tomorrow with like more details and things like that. The plan today, right now, is of course get through the Kaiju chapter as the title is indicated, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to try to get through at least one volume of Battle Angel Alita Last Order. There's only three more to go before the finale, so I'm going to try to get all three done this weekend. Haven't fully decided if I'm going to do how many I'm going to do per day. So I'm going to try to get at least one done today, maybe more depending on how time and everything breaks out. So we'll see how that goes based on recording. But yeah, look forward to that. And then depending on that, I might try to do Monsters this weekend as well, or I might save it till next weekend. I haven't decided that yet, but I have caught up on the read through for it. So it will be happening sooner rather than later. Yeah, so with that said, without further ado, let us dive into Kaiju number 8, chapter 42. By Naoya Matsumoto. Translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. So it just always throws me off the Kaiju and Spy just don't have chapter titles and always just chapter number. But yeah, minor thing. So we pick up from where we left off last time. We have Neutralization Zone Eastern Region as Narumi goes Shinomiya and Kaiju number 8. Okay, so Shinomiya's in the Eastern region and Kafka's in the Western region. And Narumi tells him, "I expect results." And he thinks back to guy. His name is slipping me. Let me look it up really quick. It's Kokoro's father. I apologize. I am so terrible with names. Come on. Characters. Give me the characters. It does not have his name for some reason. Why does it not have his name? Let's do this up quick. Oh, Isao. That's it, Isao. I knew it had an owl in there somewhere. So he thinks back to Isao telling him, "In order to survive, you must show your usefulness." And Kafka, looking determined, goes, "This is the chance the Director General gave me. I'll make sure to use it." And you see that the rest of the Defense Force is firing off shots against the Ant Kaiju swarm. You have Kaiju wrangled into neutralization zone Eastern region. Neutralization squads take action. You have Kokoro going, "Here they are. I'm up first then." And so she slams a little button. Was she in a little... It looks like she's in some kind of protective little carrier thing. And it kind of falls apart around her as she just grabs her axe. And you have Kokoro Shinomiya heading out, and you see electricity just buzzing around her. And you have Shinonome platoon assist Shinomiya as planned. If things go south, provide backup. And you see the strict-looking girl from the last chapter with the dyed tips going, "Roger that." So before she can even say anything, you see this ant just slamming into a car next to her. And you see Kokoro just coming in for the kill with the axe as she just slices and dices. And you see, Officer Shinomiya has destroyed a target. You go, "Huh?" And you have Kokoro going, "It's not enough." And she's just swinging the axe around behind her back. And she's thinking Vice Captain Hoshino was even faster. And she's rushing towards as she thinks back to the Hercules beetle looking kaiju and how Mina just kind of blew his back apart. And she goes, "Captain Oshiro's attack had more weight." And she just bisects another ant in half with a swing of her axe. And you have Officer Shinomiya has destroyed another target. And you see Kafka going, "Whoa, atta girl, Kokoro." And you have Blonde Tips going, "Not bad." And you see a prap. This ant kind of sneaking up behind her just gets blown away with a few shots. And you see Kokoro just pulled out her gun and just shot it. And she goes, "Platoon leader Shinonome, I advise you to keep up your guard. And Shinonome is just kind of like, you see the anger twitch as she goes, Kikoru Shinomiya, was it? Well, don't you have just the stellar personality? Looks like we'll get along just fine. As she pulls out this giant ass Gatling gun and gets ready. And you have Shinomiya and Shinonomi's target's destroyed. It's like, hey now, is this really her first year? You have, she's stronger than you in your first year, isn't she, Narumi? You have, say what? Say what? Quit selling me short. You have Narumi going, still, it's odd. He goes, you mean the kaiju? He goes, yeah. Ant-type kaiju appearing on the surface is an uncommon sight to begin with. There are rare occasions of encountering them during tunnel construction work and whatnot, but this is probably the first time in history they've surfaced on such a massive scale. What for, though? And you see, I cannot remember Scarred Baldy's name. I feel like I should know Scarred Baldy's name. No, it is not going to be on there because they have not updated it yet, which is kind of annoying. I'm just going to call him Scarred Baldy for now until I figure it out. And you see, Scarred Baldy go, kaiju act despair to their natural behavior. Sounds like what transpired at Tachikawa Base. Like, sure does. And Narumi goes, I'm guessing it is around here. A hellacious leader pulling the strings with a clear intent in mind. And then you hear, several kaiju have been wrangled into neutralization zone western region. Neutralization squad, take action. And you see Kafka just slapping his face, he's kind of psyching himself up. You have Defense Force Temporary Base 318 headquarters. And you see them all, you see Asao just with his team of, computer tech nerds watching Kafka on a screen. As you have, now then, let's see how Kaiju number 8's anti-kaiju combat abilities fare in the heat of the moment, shall we? And you see Kafka Hibino heading out. And you see a giant ant just smash into a building nearby and coming at him. You have Kaiju number 8 has engaged the target. And he goes, partial transformation as he leaps forward as the ant kind of lashes out with one of its feet. And you see a Badoom as he goes for a midsection punch to the kaiju. And it has absolutely no effect on it. And Kafka's like, you have a gah! As it tries to chomp on him, he goes slipping and sliding out of the way. Jeff, why won't he transform? Jeff, Kafka thinking, I won't be able to kill it with partial transformation after all. But I just can't. And you see he's suffering kind of like PTSD as he's thinking back to how he's wailing on his sow when he went berserk last time. And you see a whoosh as the ant just shoots out some kind of gunk. And you see it's shooting out some kind of acid, just melting a trail in the road. And you see as it lashes out with another leg, Kafka's going, this is no time to falter. Right now I need to keep myself alive and make a path to her side. You have high energy reading from Kaiju number 8. It's transforming. I see the transformation starting to take effect. And then it stops and he just kind of dissolves off of him. Joe, huh? As everyone's looking in surprise, and the ant just comes in and smashes Kafka into some rubble. As he's coughing up some blood, and you have, the transformation failed? Jeff, I can't transform? He's like, but why? Jeff, what is it now? And you see, there's another powerful kaiju reading in the neutralization zone. Possible Hanju emergence imminent. And you have again going, it's shown itself, huh? Jeff, what's the emergence point? Jeff, it's right below kaiju number 8. I see Kafka looking off to the side as a crater starting to form. Jeff, no, don't tell me. Oh, God. And you see Mr. Mushroom Head is back for his revenge. As he's semi kind of fused to one of the ant kaiju, so it's like his bottom torso is like fused to the ant kaiju, and it's like top half is controlling it. And it's coming out of the hole and it goes, its sights were set on kaiju number 8? You have a to be continued. Very action heavy chapter. Loved it. Not super lot more to say regarding it, although I will admit this wasn't something that occurred to me, but I'm glad it is kind of becoming a plot point that they're going to have to address and kind of deal with. Is Kafka, suffering, I don't want to call it PTSD because I don't want to misuse the term, but he is basically suffering something similar to that. He's got a trauma related to his berserk transformation, which seems to be kind of psychologically affecting his ability to transform into Kaiju number 8. So it'll be interesting to see what effect that's going to have in this upcoming battle, as well as the future kind of bits of this narrative arc, especially because he's basically on probation at this point. So any time that he's not performing up to snuff, it's kind of going to be a dangerous time for him. So it'll be interesting to see how this gets played out. Although I'm wondering though if it's gonna have to be a case, because I mentioned in a couple of the last videos of the last arc, the idea that maybe it's like a symbiotic relationship between whatever possessed him and Kafka himself transforming. So I'm interested in seeing if we're actually gonna see Kafka trying to either communicate or talk to whatever the hell it is that's possessed, and we'll learn more about what it is and like what its kind of goals and mission things are, all those kinds of things, or if we're just gonna have, or if this is gonna be purely focused on kind of Kafka's psychological state of mind and like him having to come to terms with you know being like a human monster hybrid thing. So yeah, a lot of interesting potential setup for source of conflict, tension, things like that. Really is going to depend on the execution to see how well it lands, but so far it has been pretty good about that. So I have faith that we'll probably get some decent stuff out of that. So like I said, after I finish recording this, uploading that, I will do an Alita video or two, depending on timing and everything else. Like I said, I'll probably do a proper channel update tomorrow. I also want to do shout out, thank you to everyone that helped me get to 150 subscribers. I really appreciate getting to that milestone. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.